Deep in the Arctic, a guttural roar shatters the silence. Blood spreads across white snow. A death battle is about to erupt. But before the carnage begins, let us rewind. At the northernmost tip of Earth lies a frozen white wilderness. Here silence is not peace. It is a deadly disguise, hiding threats beneath every frozen inch of land. Cold wind howls past, carrying razor-sharp ice shards. An invisible force quietly controls life and death here. No creature knows what sudden crisis will strike in the next second. Danger never announces its arrival. On this perilous ice field, a mother polar bear strides forward. Her massive figure radiates power and quiet fragility. She is more than a hunter. She is a guardian, a protector, and a fierce teacher of survival. Close beside her walked 3 small cubs, 3 tender lives that have not yet understood this cruel world. They do not know the weight of hunger, the danger hidden behind silence, or the fatal cost of hesitation. But they will learn soon enough. Every survival lesson on this ice field is written with struggle and suffering. Here, safety cannot be guaranteed by numbers. Distance cannot isolate danger. Threat lurks in every shadow and silence. The balance between life and death is never stable, just like the ice beneath their feet, seemingly solid yet treacherous. Beneath the ice, everything is in motion. Cracks spread silently. Pressure builds without any warning at all. In an instant, what once supported life can become the very force that destroys it completely. This is a world without certainty. Not even the ground beneath your feet can ever be fully trusted. But danger comes not only from the ice. Other desperate hunters also struggle to survive on this frozen battlefield. Suddenly, the wind turns restless. A low whimper echoes from the depths of a dark ice crevice nearby. 3 emaciated Arctic wolves emerge from the shadows, their gray fur blending perfectly with the frozen landscape around them. Their amber eyes burn with hunger and greed, fixed firmly on the 3 small cubs beside the mother bear. At this moment, the mother bear leads her cubs toward a half-meter wide ice crevice, with a dark abyss below. Cold wind gushes from the crevice carrying ice shards. The 3 cubs shrink back involuntarily from the piercing cold. One curious cub leans over the edge to peer into the dark crevice, completely unaware of the lurking danger behind. Behind the cub, a wolf has already crouched low, muscles coiled tight, ready to launch its deadly pounce. The mother bear detects the danger instantly. A thunderous roar erupts from her throat, shaking the entire ice field. Her roar is full of rage and deterrence, cutting through the howling wind, making the ice surface tremble beneath. Her massive body twists almost instantly, muscles tensed like a drawn bow, ready to unleash devastating force on the attacker. Her front paw slams into the pouncing wolf with the force of a gale. The impact echoes across the frozen plain. The wolf is sent flying like a broken puppet, crashing heavily against the edge of the ice crevice with a sickening thud. Dark red blood oozes from the wolf's mouth, staining the white ice. Yet it still refuses to surrender, growling defiantly. The other 2 wolves seize the moment, flanking from both sides, their low bodies gliding swiftly across the ice surface. They try to circle behind the mother bear, targeting the defenseless cubs huddled beneath her massive frame. The mother bear's eyes turn razor sharp. She immediately gathers all 3 cubs tightly beneath her belly for protection. Her broad body becomes an indestructible wall, pressing tightly against the cold ice wall, leaving no gap for attack. Her front paws stretch out fiercely, sharp claws digging deep into the ice, carving several long, deep grooves into it. Her body trembles slightly from the immense exertion, but she stands absolutely firm, refusing to yield a single inch. Her fur stands on end. Her eyes are sharp as ice, staring down the 3 wolves with unyielding ferocity. Low determined growls keep rumbling from her throat, each sound carrying the weight of absolute unyielding authority. Seeing the wolves refuse to retreat, the mother bear takes the initiative. She lunges forward half a step with explosive power. Her huge paw swings again with devastating accuracy, slamming hard into the back of the nearest wall for a sickening crack. A crisp crack echoes across the ice. The wolf lets out a shrill scream, staggering backward, no longer daring to approach. But another wolf seizes the opening, lunging at the mother bear's exposed flank with terrifying speed and precision. Its sharp fangs sink deeply into her thick fur, piercing through to the flesh beneath. The mother bear winces in pain, but she does not look back. She twists her massive body violently, hurling the wolf away with raw, unstoppable force. A long gash is torn across her shoulder. Dark red blood oozes out, freezing into small crimson ice beads. The frozen blood beads slide down her white fur in the cold wind. But she does not even flinch or hesitate. Beneath her belly are the lives she must protect with everything she has. There is absolutely no room for any mistake. The 3 cubs huddle tightly under her belly, trembling with fear, letting out weak and helpless little whimpers. The mother bear gently rubs each cub with her massive head, comforting them with soft, low whimpers of reassurance. But even while comforting her young, her eyes never leave the wolves. Vigilance and tenderness exist in the same heartbeat. After a long, intense stalemate, the wolves finally assess their wounds and the mother bear's unbreakable determination to fight. They whimper unwillingly, slowly retreating step by step into the depths of the ice crevice, vanishing into white snow. The danger is temporarily over. The mother bear lowers her head and gently licks each cub's fur with her warm tongue. She checks her own wounds carefully, then raises her head again, scanning the frozen surroundings with sharp, vigilant eyes. After confirming no other threat remains, she leads the 3 cubs carefully around the dangerous ice crevice and moves forward. This sudden confrontation is just one small episode on the long Arctic survival path, but it changes everything for the cubs. For the first time, the 3 cubs truly feel the face of real danger, and the mother's protection grows heavier with meaning. In this frozen world, strength and speed alone are never enough to guarantee survival against the relentless Arctic forces. The real key to survival is endurance, the tenacity to hold on when cold wind, hunger, and unknown attacks strike together. Danger always arrives without warning. Every single moment on this ice field hides a silent question of survival. The cruelty of the Arctic lies in its deceptiveness. Beneath every calm surface hides an imminent and invisible collapse. There is no second chance here. You face all consequences head-on, or you perish in the frozen silence forever. Yet the instinct of life is far stronger than fear and pain. It pushes all living things forward even in total desperation. Survival is never a comfortable choice. It is the only way out, the only path that leads away from eternal silence. The test of the Arctic never stops. Failure here means one thing only, a permanent and unforgiving frozen silence. But life never truly perishes because of loss. Every failure and setback hides within it the possibility of starting again. This is the great paradox of the Arctic. It destroys life ruthlessly, yet forces life to become stronger and more resilient. Nothing here is absolutely reliable. The ice shifts, the wind betrays, and even allies can become rivals when hunger strikes. Life at the top of the world always lives on the razor edge. Balance is fleeting, and peace is only borrowed time. For this reason, even after the danger passes, the mother bear still leads her 3 cubs forward without rest or hesitation. Staying alive is just the beginning. The real Arctic survival lesson has only started, and the hardest chapters lie ahead. Growth in the Arctic is never comfortable. The mother bear teaches her cubs urgently, because weakness will be eliminated ruthlessly. Hunger and cold never wait for anyone. Every wasted second is a second closer to death on this merciless frozen plain. The 3 cubs gradually understand that survival demands taking the initiative and seizing every fleeting moment that appears before them. Survival skills cannot be taught with words. They can only be learned through repeated real struggles between life and death. The mother bear teaches them with her own scarred body that seizing the right moment matters far more than brute strength alone. Timing determines life and death. 1 second too early means wasted energy. 1 second too late means losing everything forever. The 3 cubs slowly shed their tenderness, becoming sharper and calmer with each passing day on the unforgiving ice field. They finally understand that the key to survival is not fighting the Arctic, but reading its laws and moving with them. The Arctic never waits for anyone to grow up. It forces maturity upon every creature with relentless and unforgiving cruelty. As the mother bear leads her cubs toward the unknown horizon, they finally understand survival is not something you find out there. It is something you become. Tough, relentless, and never willing to give up. But out there, the wolves are still watching and waiting. Love breaks all rules. Follow for more soul-stirring wildlife tales from the far corners of the earth.